This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Friday, September 8th, 2023. I'm Kate Sharon. The former site of a Walmart in Rushville will soon be the location of the county's new community center after state and local officials broke ground on the project Thursday. The Rush County Rec Center will be a multi-purpose hub, including the Rushville Public Library, the Rush County Senior Center, the Rush County Community Assistance Food Pantry, and Interlocal Community Action Program, among other services. The project includes a 27,000 square foot addition to the site that will include an indoor pool and gymnasium. Leaders say the new center will fulfill critical communal needs, such as food insecurity, mental health services, and childcare, as well as fill a quality of life gap the county needed. John McCain of the Rush County Economic and Community Development Corporation.
There was a lot of thought of how do these opportunities come together and how do the agencies work together.
It's a development that's been on and off for decades in the county, but the idea took new life when the Rush County Community Foundation banked a $5 million grant from the Lilly Endowment. Local leaders want to limit taxpayer dollars spent on the project, with a slew of other funding sources and donors bookmarked to pitch in. Fort Wayne-based Do It Best reported $4.8 billion in sales on the fiscal year, marking a third consecutive year of record growth for the hardware, lumber, and building materials cooperative. Do It Best is the largest privately owned business in the state, according to the IBJ. In the last 3 years, the member-owned business has added 800 new locations. The company is poised to continue its growth and success into the next fiscal year, its president and CEO said. It will invest in technology propelling its distribution, e-commerce platform, and sales. Purdue University will receive a significant financial bump to further research to improve the efficiency of the country's dairy farms. IIB's Alex Brown has more.
The U.S. Department of Defense gave the touted agriculture-centric university a $1 million grant as part of a larger, nearly $10 million investment to support innovation in animal-focused industries. Researchers from Purdue's College of Agriculture and College of Engineering will collaborate on the project, which will use automated video analytics systems to improve feed efficiency and consistency on dairy farms as a means to reduce costs and provide farmer feedback in real time. The researchers will study the relationship between consistent feed with milk production on the farms. The project aims to measure feed intake on a per-animal basis in groups. By measuring the amount of feed cows eat and supplying recommendations, the research supports the dairy industry's goal of maintaining carbon-neutral status by 2050. Initial testing will take place at the Purdue Dairy Unit, and the research has support from the Indiana dairy producers and farm nutrition companies. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
For 25 years, we've had the honor of telling the story of Indiana business. More than 1,300 shows, 8,000 interviews. We've traveled from Valparaiso to Versailles, Fort Wayne to Fort Branch, and everywhere in between. And we are just getting started. Our team is passionate about Indiana business because your story is worth telling. Join us every week as we travel the state to bring you Indiana's story. Inside Indiana Business, 25 years and counting.
11 Indiana institutions have been named to the Wall Street Journal's annual ranking of best colleges. Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, making its first appearance on the list, was the highest-ranked Indiana school, followed by Notre Dame, DePauw, and Purdue. Rose-Hulman ranked number 1 in learning opportunities and learning facilities. Indiana University, Butler, Valparaiso, IUPUI, Ball State, Taylor, and Indiana State University rounded out the list. The Indianapolis Animal Care Services landed a $1 million Lilly Endowment grant to build a new animal welfare building. The shelter said it hopes to break ground on the project later this year. The timeline and total cost details have not yet been finalized, but an $8 million bond was approved by the City County Council to assist in funding the project. About 10,000 animals are housed at the animal shelter each year. A southwestern Indiana man was sentenced to 9 years in prison after pleading guilty to setting a fire that gutted a historic century-old building which had been slated for restoration. The Pearl Laundry Center was built in 1912 and was added in 1984 to the National Register of Historic Places. The laundry business closed in 2018, but prior to the fire, Pearl Development LLC had hoped to revamp the historic brick building into a commercial space in Evansville. President of Bloomington-based Cook Group, Pete Yonkman, is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick. presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Kate Sharon for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.